Friday, February 13th. I'm Adam Walsh, and this is The Signal. Yes, we have a Lunar New Year show for you. We're talking about something that is celebrated by millions of people around the world, and the celebrations are happening here in this province as well. Today on the show, I have members of the local Chinese community here to talk about the major holiday and celebration that is the Lunar New Year. And for all of you listening, if you're celebrating this year, right? If you're with the Vietnamese diaspora and you're celebrating Tet, if you're with the Korean diaspora and Solal, the lines are open too. If you want to just give us a call to say what you're celebrating, 709-722-7111, 1-800-563-8255. Text us, 709-327-8206, the signal at cbc.ca for emails. But for, the big crux of the show today, speaking with a very full studio of great guests here, we're talking about the Chinese New Year. Arthur Leung is here. How you doing, sir?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. So Chinese Association of Newfoundland and Labrador, head of the organizing committee of the upcoming Lunar New Year event/gala, former president of the association. I think that's most of the bio I have on you, but there's so much more. Tell us more about yourself.
Oh, I love to talk about Chinese New Year. Such a happy occasion for all of us, for all the families in town, just to continue our traditions, to celebrate. Have all the families together, all the friends and all the members of the association together, get together, And this is the happiest time of the year that we are celebrating.
When you think about it, so all that, is it the togetherness, the people? What for you is something that really stands out as something you just love every year for Lunar New Year, for Chinese New Year?
It's the food. Everybody loves the food.
What is your favorite dish or food for this?
Well, according to Chinese custom, when we celebrate back hometown in Hong Kong, and we always have fish, and we always have all kinds of meat, and we always celebrate the night before New Year, the New Year's Eve. We call that basically some sort of like a unity dinner. Yeah. That with all our relatives and family together, having a big celebration and also drink and eat at the same time.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. And fish is one of the most important dish that we have, That means abundance and basically whatever left you have, to carry on for the whole year, And it's one of the signature dish that we always have for our Chinese New Year's Eve.
What's the drink that you have? Is it beer, or is it baijiu, or is that the mainland? What is it? What drinks were there in Hong Kong?
Well, for most of our parents, whatever, we don't really drink. But for those who drink, they like certain kind of Chinese wine,
Okay.
I don't think they have it in here.
Yeah,
I don't know the name. I think it's Sanjing or Xijing,
Okay.
Those wine is white wine, very strong and powerful.
Yes.
Equivalent to the strong whiskey and all kinds of liquor in here,
I've got a little bit of experience with some of the, when I was on mainland China for alcohol. That was, I'll say very smooth, but it really warmed me up when I drank it. So
that's correct, yeah. You won't feel until it goes down inside.
That's exactly what it was like. I was like, oh, wait, no, I feel different. This is great. Okay, so we've got food, culture, togetherness. Shirley Hong is back. How are you?
Good, Adam. How are you?
Excellent. Tell. Former owner of the Rice Bowl restaurant, past president of the association. Big time member of the community, obviously for a long time.
Long time. Yes, for sure.
So remind folks a bit more about yourself.
Okay. Well, of course, I'm not Chinese, as you can tell, right? Yeah. My husband's Chinese, okay? And being married into a Chinese family and learning the cultures, and it was all, this was like 50 years ago. So, learning all the cultures and being so interested in all the traditional stuff and involved with the Chinese Association for many years. And, of course, being in business with with many stores, but mostly the Rice Bowl was our main Chinese store, right? Yeah. And just being involved with the community for that long, my husband and I both were very involved. And of course, the Chinese New Year was always such a special event, and the food. And my husband's family was the Kenmount restaurant, and they always had a big celebration at the restaurant and invited all their friends. And it was always about the fun and the food and the celebrations that we had, and like all the foods that we had, like learning about like each thing. We would have the dumplings and lots of different things, and they all represented something in the culture.
It's quite the gift to, because I've done this, right? Married into another culture
Right, yes.
and another family, and I feel it's just such a gift to get to be around those experiences, that food, the family, the learning what the traditions are, and then to have something you never knew anything about, and then and to have it like, in the beginning you're like, okay, I'm slowly learning, and the years go by and it's more, and then it's not. I think after a while, it's not strange to you anymore. Obviously, it becomes part of who you are, and even though it's still an adopted
Exactly.
culture, it becomes part of you.
Yes, definitely. And sometimes we joke around, Arthur and I especially, because Arthur says, I think you're Chinese. But really, I was really interested, and I married into this family, the Hong family, and they had been in business since they came from China. And in 2011, I think it was, the Hong family was inducted into the Restaurant Hall of Fame for their for 75 years of being in business, and got this beautiful award, right?
That's amazing.
So the Hong family was really well known, and I was the only one in this family that wasn't Chinese. So it wasn't really accepted. That's like 50 years ago. It wasn't really
Different times 50 years ago.
And something that could have been and probably should have been negative was the opposite. It was so positive because I was determined that this family is going to like me, right? And I'm going to be. So the first thing I did was to get this family to like me was presented them with a baby boy.
Yeah,
So
I mean, that works.
That really worked. Then, of course, I learned how to cook.
Yeah.
And I learned how to eat Chinese food and learned to speak a little bit of Chinese.
Yeah.
So I was in. And to this day, I mean, Wayne has one uncle that's still, he's in his 90s, right? And to this day, he's still really, really nice to me.
Oh, that's amazing.
So for something that could have been a negative was such a positive.
Yeah.
And my children, too, teaching my children the culture. And now today, they really embrace, and even my grandchildren, too, really embrace the Chinese part of them.
Heritage.
So,
So
and the heritage and the culture. So it's a really good thing. So I look back on it and think I was blessed to have been a part of that family and the Chinese Association and my beautiful Chinese friends who are here.
And for the listeners, Anne Hui is the author of Chop Suey Nation. Just to throw this out, if you're all curious, there's a really great book written by Anne Hui. It's called Chop Suey Nation, The Legion Cafe and Other Stories from Canada's Chinese Restaurants. It's a 2019 book. And what Anne and her husband did at the time was they went from Victoria, BC, all the way to Fogo Island and toured Chinese restaurants around the country. And it was a story, I mean, it's an immigration story, it's a community story.
Oh, that's great.
It's a history of this country story told through Chinese restaurants. So it's for everyone listening, if you're looking for a new book, it's a great one. It's a nice little one to go out and pick up. Mavis Zhang is here. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. So let me see. Treasurer, you work at MUN, you're a researcher. Tell us more about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm the treasurer of the CANL, the Chinese Association of Newfoundland. I just joined this community last year.
Okay.
And I work professionally on environmental research and multi-institutional collaboration. And all my family are here, not all, like part of family. My son is here, my husband, my mom and dad are here in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
So I think Chinese New Year give us opportunities just showing my 2-year-old son like how Chinese people celebrate Chinese New Year and just build connection between the Chinese heritage and here in Newfoundland.
What are some of the, you grew up in Guangzhou, right?
Yeah, I grew up in Guangzhou.
So what are some of the differences if we look at, like, Guangzhou is not too far from Hong Kong, but then if you look at, like, Beijing and other parts, like, what are some of the differences between, like, in how a Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year would be celebrated?
So its big difference is the thing is language.
Yeah.
So in Guangzhou, we all speak Cantonese,
Yeah.
like same as in
Not
Hong
Mandarin.
Kong. So I think we share more of the culture similarly with Hong Kong
Right.
than the other Shanghai or Beijing, because we always have chicken and fish and Chinese dinner. But I think in Beijing or Shanghai, they more have dumplings. Yeah. We do have dumplings, but it's deep fried sweet dumplings.
Okay.
Yeah.
So deep fried sweet. So not like, is it xiaolongbao, which
No.
would be, is steamed with soup dumpling type of a thing.
No, it's like deep fried. It's
Deep
more
fried.
crunchy. But
Sounds really good too, though.
yeah. I'm going to make some. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. All right. So making dumplings. And what's your favorite part? I mean, with all your family here, what's your favorite part of how you're celebrating and recognizing it here with, like, the family unit and the community?
I think it's building connections, because you're never going to have the same experience when you're in China. So in here, we try to do everything we can, just like the same thing we're doing back in China. So, like, for example, we have a lot of chicken. We eat a lot of chicken in China. But here, we may use a turkey instead. So we may make turkey dinners.
There you go.
Yeah. And then, like, use the chopsticks. So maybe using chopsticks to eat turkeys and have dumplings and turkeys at the same time.
That's awesome.
So it's like building connection between the, like, Newfoundland food and
Yeah.
Chinese food.
Totally.
Yeah. And then we actually collect a lot of vegetables, actually, from the river on the Mount Pro, which is the same kind of vegetables we kind of buy in the local market here.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can collect it from the river. Yeah.
What type of vegetables is it?
It's called watercress.
Oh, watercress. Yeah, I love watercress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get it from the river near Mont Pro.
I did not
It's for
know
free.
that.
Yeah.
And it's free. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's free.
All right, if my wife is listening, honey, we'll be going to get some watercress come
Yep.
summertime. When our foraging expeditions, she will love it. So excellent. Okay, so this is nice to learn all that from you. We have Mavis here as well, local realtor, treasurer of the association, is it?
Yes.
How are you doing?
Oh, good. How are you?
Good. Tell us about the Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year for you and your family, and how you celebrate.
Yeah, like I've been here for 16 years.
A bit of time, yeah.
It's a bit of time. I haven't go back to China for quite a long time, since 2009. Yeah, I was supposed to go back to China in 2020, but because of the COVID, right,
things
it's cut off everything. So celebrating Chinese New Year here for me is such a huge and important things for our family, right? And basically, like, I came here for students and, memorial students.
Yeah.
And pretty much all my friends surrounded me are the same situation. They came here alone. They built up a family here, raised up kids here together. But their grandparents are not here.
Yeah.
That means most of the family members, they still back in China. So for me, the most important things to celebrate Chinese New Year is getting friends all together. We celebrate together, make connections, cheers. It's like feels like you are connecting with something.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. You are not. It's hard to be here alone. Without any friends or family members here. So it's so different. Like, I think Mavis, they have, she has family here. But for most of us, we came here alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's and having lived away for, like, Christmases and things on my end, so I'm familiar with, like, it's, you look around, you try to create your own community of folks who will have a similar celebration, yet you're phoning mom and dad or phoning the grandparents, in this case, back home, and being like, hey, we're celebrating, and I'm assuming in this case, like, putting the grandkids on or whatever else, but you're trying to keep the connection. And even though it's easier today, then, when I first went away, we still had to have calling cards and stuff, like, you'd buy a phone card hard to phone overseas. At least now with video connections, you can actually see each other.
So much easier.
It's a little bit, even though the distance is still there.
Yeah.
Right?
So for the Chinese New Year, most of the time, the Chinese New Year will be on the weekday rather than on weekend.
Yeah.
So we try to find time. I say after work, we find time. Like we're gonna video chat with video chat with the parents back in China, the grandparents in China, and friends in China, and we're gonna say some best wishes, the wording, blessing wordings to them because of the Chinese New Year, and we're gonna find maybe weekend time to celebrate Chinese New Year here with all the friends all together.
And where when you said 2009, you're supposed to go in 2020, but COVID. What part of China would you be visiting?
I come from Shanxi province.
Yeah.
It's kind of a noodle province. We eat a lot of noodles. Yeah, a lot of noodles. Yeah, all kinds of noodles.
Where's Shanxi province to? What's the bigger city it's close to, or what's
Shanxi is not too far away from Beijing. Actually,
Okay.
I would say probably if you drive, I would say 5 hours.
Okay.
4 or 5 hours
4 or
away
5
from
hours
Beijing. Yeah,
from
it's
Beijing.
not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're getting winter there as opposed to down in Guangzhou, which is
No, actually, it's in north of China, not south of China.
No, okay,
Yeah, in the
right.
north of China.
Yeah.
So I think north of China, south of China has significant differences.
Yeah, exactly. Massive difference in the
Language, food, how we celebrate is all different.
Yeah.
Like the food we have, obviously, dumplings, right? And different stuffings as well in
Yeah.
dumpling. And we have fish. Fish is kind of the symbol of, in Chinese, is 年年有余. That means residual. You have leftover every single year. Then you can carry forward to next year. So you won't be left being starving. So I think it's just
It's similar
because
to
people
surplus,
surplus, yes,
surplus of
exactly.
money to your pocket, all kinds of stuff. That's why we love the fish.
Yeah, it's kind of symbol. Yeah, so we love fish.
Nice.
Fish is one thing, and for the food, like dumplings, food, and for my hometown, like noodles.
yeah.
Noodles in the morning, noodles at lunchtime, and noodles in the dinner time. It's so different. Yeah. Yeah, for the language, like we speak Chinese, right?
Yeah,
Mandarin.
Mandarin,
not
yeah.
Cantonese. Yeah, like for me personally, I can't speak Cantonese. And for the celebration, I think in the north of China, we don't have much celebration with the lion and dragon dance. That's from south of China.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's very popular here because most of the early immigrants here in Canada, they're from the south of China, from Hong Kong, Guangzhou province. So they carry their culture into here. But in north of China, a little bit different.
Yeah. Because growing up, I would always, when we would see any celebration from, like if it was out of Vancouver or Victoria, Montreal, places of some of these early on Chinatowns in the country, you would see the dragon dancing and stuff, especially around the Lunar New Year. It's like these are my old memories of like growing up and just seeing stuff on television before I actually started kind of having any connections with travel and going to other places. Can I ask too, for kids around the Lunar New Year, is it red envelopes that are popular, or how does that work? Oh, you got some. Oh, my God.
That's what we call the lucky packets. In Chinese called Li Si or Lai Si. And that's what the kids love Chinese New Year because all the parents will give all the children lucky money.
Yeah.
Not just only to their own children, to their family members too. Like if you get a big family, you're going to be broke. Because they expect you big dollars inside the envelope. Not $5, maybe $100,
Actual money. And this is the thing about when you get older. Like, so when you're young, you're getting the money, but then there comes a day where you graduate and you're like, oh no, I'm now giving the money.
Yeah.
No, especially after you get married, you don't get the red envelope
exactly.
anymore.
It's done. You're done, right? You're
that's
married.
Done.
You can't.
You're married, you have to give out the red envelope.
So what was it like growing up getting the red envelopes compared to giving them? What was the feeling like when that changed?
Well, when we were kids, we all loved to receive. Now, when we're adults, Mary, we love to give.
Okay, that's nice.
So just different altogether,
That's nice.
We collect before, now we give back to the community, to our families.
These envelopes are gorgeous.
Yeah,
So
they're specially designed for the year of the horse.
Yeah, so
and we're going to give that out for our gala year, the gala event because a lot of people born in the year of the horse, and we have this year of the horse, beautiful red packets, and we're going to put in some nice gold coins with horses together.
Oh, wow. And these have got golden horses on them. So red, like I'm holding up red envelopes with a nice, beautifully golden designed horse. So we've just left Year of the Snake, right?
Yeah.
And we're moving into Year of the Horse. I mean, I'm a monkey. I was born Year of the Monkey.
Okay.
What's the can anyone talk about the significance around from snake to horse? And like, how much thought do you give these things per year?
Well, I guess those zodiac animals, right?
Yeah,
Each animal represents certain personalities and characters, right? So every year is always goods and the bads, but we always focus on the positives, no negatives. So if we ask what the negatives, we don't know. But if we focus on the positive, I can tell you exactly what it's going to be.
Yeah, so I looked up for the Year of the Snake, and it said for last year, 12-year cycle, Chinese zodiac sign. People born in the Year of the Snake are considered rational, calm, thoughtful, and loyal to loved ones.
Yeah.
But for the Year of the Horse, let me see. So horses are always the representative of heroes and talents. People born in the Year of the Horse will share some similarities with the horse, and thus they're brave, strong, talented, and independent. Right? Ambition.
And this year is very special too. We call it Year of the Fire Horse, which is more hot and much faster than the regular Year of the Horse.
Okay.
They call Year of the Fire Horse because it's associated with all the 5 elements of nature. It's the metal, water, air, and fire. And then I think, what's the 5 one?
Gold.
5 elements.
Gold.
Gold, yeah. So this year particularly is associated with the fire. That's why we call Year of the Fire Horse. It only comes around every 60 years. Because each animal attached to one element for 12 years. So when you come around one full circle, it will be 60 years before we have another Year of the Fire Horse.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
and that represents speed. Everything is fast moving, everything is changing and everything is challenging. Yeah, so we have to watch out this year. It's going to be a very fast-moving year.
Fast-moving, challenging year. Here we go, right, as we look ahead to everything.
Yeah.
You're listening to The Signal. I'm Adam Walsh. Today we're talking about Lunar New Year celebrations across Newfoundland and Labrador. We've got folks from the local Chinese community in talking about what's coming up next week. And if you've got thoughts for us, if you're celebrating Lunar New Year, get in touch with us. The Signal at cbc.ca for emails. You can text us 709-327-8206. Full studio here of guests today, right? You were just listening to Arthur Leung, Chinese Association of Newfoundland and Labrador, head of the organizing committee for the upcoming Lunar New Year event gala. Shirley Hong is here as well, past president of the association. Mavis Zhang is here, treasurer, new to the role, works at MUN. And Mei Jia is here as well, local realtor and treasurer of the association. What's it like on the culture side of things? So we've got Arthur, for yourself and being part of the community here for so long, right? Shirley, yourself as well. And then some for both of you who are newer, right? What's it like staying connected? And so the importance of something like Lunar New Year, but other times during the year of keeping cultural connections and with kids and also with the community. What was thoughts on that?
Yeah, I can start from what I do at home with my
sure.
kids.
Yeah, of course.
She just turned to 12.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
When she was young, I always to help her to learn Chinese when she was very young. So right now, she's 12, she's able to speak fluent Chinese. And I always feels like language is kind of a reflection of the country's culture, stories, and background and history. Yeah. Right. So learn the language is kind of a connection between. It's not about history. It's about how she can communicate with the grandma, grandpa, or the other relatives back in China, right? And also for the traveling, she have the ability to talk, to have the conversation with the local community, right? So that's the language part. And I think she is going to continue to learn more and more Chinese, maybe Cantonese as well, even though we don't have this environment at home for the Cantonese because we don't, right? We don't speak Cantonese, but we will to watch TV and movies and to learn, right? And the other things is food. And I try to cook the traditional Chinese food as much as possible at home, and to let her help me cutting vegetables and to know how to cook Chinese food. Sometimes we can make dishes that mixed up with the Western food and Chinese food together, just like just like help her to recognize this is the food I had, like your mom, dad had when we were a child. And I just want to create some of the, it's like they should be proud of what they have, should be proud of what they are eating, right? And other than language and food, for the Chinese, any Chinese holidays, I try my best to celebrate with families together, celebrate with friends together, just let them know where they come from.
Yeah.
Help them to build up strong sense of the identity and self-recognition, like both in Chinese and the Canadian.
Yeah.
Let them feel proud of being a Chinese and a Canadian. Yeah.
So then what's the reaction of from when you watch, when you do all that teaching, how do you watch the progress of it? Just see, like how your daughter's doing.
It's not easy, I tell you, especially language. Yeah, I tell you, and most of the time she stays school, right, with all the friends together.
Yeah, of course.
She's doing the gymnastics, and she's all the time with the coach and all the other athletes all together. Like the only time she's talked with us in Chinese is at home. Maybe a few hours per day is not enough, but yeah, she's tried the best, and she's getting more known that the benefit of learning a language. So yeah, it's getting there.
Yeah, and I think today too, we're so for example, my wife being South Korean, we'll watch a lot of Korean dramas, and they're everywhere now, right? You go to Netflix, Disney, everywhere has it, but it's also the same with dramas coming out of China or in other parts of the world, like for the South Asian diaspora, there's lots of different dramas. So when you have these language, in the 80s and 90s, it was a lot more difficult to get your hands on anything cultural that was movie, TV, whatever else. But now the fact that when you're learning a language or trying to keep up with it, you can just kind of access it and stream it so much more easily and have that ready connection to culture is kind of fantastic, right?
Exactly.
Mavis, what about yourself?
Yeah, so a little bit more complicated than Jiamei because we speak 3 languages. So I'm originally from Guangzhou, so that's where we all speak Cantonese.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm naturally speaking. And for outside of home, because here in Newfoundland, so we all speak English with a little bit of Newfoundland accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for my 2-year-old son, it's kind of he can speak full little sentence in Cantonese to me, and he can speak English in words because he's in daycare. So he always say, "Come on, do it now," something like that. And then and he can sing in Mandarin because most of the shows and toys is in Mandarin. So it's kind of a little bit a mixture of 3 languages.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So, but I see that as a gift, as an advantage for him because he knows 3 languages eventually, hopefully.
Yeah, and be able to, those with Mandarin, Cantonese, English.
Yeah.
With the Newfoundland accent, all of that allows you to operate in so many places, right? You can go to Bonavista, Vista, you can go to Beijing, and you can go down to Hong Kong and into Guangzhou. Yeah. We're going to take a call for a second. We had a call lined up, and because I've been wanting to talk about Fogo Island's got a Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year celebration that's happening. And so Cindy Wells is on the line. Hi, Cindy. How you doing?
Hi, Adam. I'm fine, thank you.
Tell us about, so you're with the Fogo Island Food Security Program organizing team, but for the last couple of years, there's been a Lunar New Year celebration. Can you just tell us about how it started and how it's going on Fogo?
Yeah, sure. So there's 3 of us that run this food security program, and it's all by donation. And I've met a lady that came to Fogo Island to visit. She's from Toronto, but she immigrated to Canada with her family when she was young from Hong Kong. Her name is Nino, and she came to me and she said, as I befriended her, and she said, how about if we did a Chinese New Year celebration to raise money for the food security program? And I said, I think that could fly because when I lived in Prince Edward Island back in 2012, I volunteered with the PEI Newcomers Association, where we kind of mentored a family from China because they had a provincial nominee program and there were a lot of Chinese people in Charlottetown. And I remember being invited to one of those events and it was like nothing I'd ever seen. It was very exciting. The food was delicious. And I hadn't really thought about it until Nino brought that up. So we said, well, let's give it a try. And Nino is such an addition to Fogo Island. Her love language is cooking. So if she might put out a call at 12 and say, I'm going to be cooking all afternoon if anybody wants to drop in. And if there's any way I can make it, I go there. So we were really, really happy to see that we sold all of our tickets within 2 or 3 days, and it ended up being, this was February 2023, and we did it again last year, and we're doing it again this year.
That's great. I mean, you have something, new addition, somewhat newcomer to the community comes in.
Yes.
You have this discussion, and then all tickets selling out, and it becomes an annual thing for a community. What is there a lesson here for whether it's like looking at smaller communities or just newcomers or just communities in general that you've noticed around all this?
Absolutely. I said this year as we were planning it in December that it really didn't matter so much if we didn't make a lot of money. And we are able to pull this off because we have tremendous community volunteerism. People will come and help, chefs that are already existing on the island. The junior rangers will serve. The kids at school make the artwork. There's so many people, and we will be thanking them, and I don't remember them all right now. But it's just such a nice thing to do in the doldrums of February to have a nice event with food and nice decorations. And it's going to be tomorrow, which is Valentine's Day, which is an extra plus because, people will be wearing red and there'll be red envelopes on the table and red tablecloths, which has so much symbolic meaning in the Chinese culture. But we just want to do it because it's a really nice thing to do and it brings people together. And as I was telling your producer yesterday, we have so many newcomers to our province, and Fogo Island is no different than any other community in Newfoundland. We have numerous people from the Philippines working in our fish processing plants. We have right now we have 2 nurses from India working at our healthcare center, and we have some new people working in our long-term care home. And I just think it's a really nice thing to make people feel like you can come in and learn our culture, but we can also learn from you. And we want to embrace you, and we want you to know that we can do these things to make you feel like you have a part of home with you. And it's just a really nice sense of community because these people are beautiful and they're very family oriented and they miss their family, and some of them are sending money back home. So we just want to try to make it as special as we can. And I don't know if any of those people are coming to this dinner, but just the fact that they know about it, and maybe it makes them feel a little bit more connected.
Cindy Wells, I appreciate your time and talking about Fogo and the Lunar New Year event happening. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Adam. I'm a big fan. Take care.
All right, cheers. Be well. All right, so there you go. Right, news from Fogo. I mean, we're talking, and with the like when I mentioned the book Chop Suey Nation too, right? I mean, it's an immigrant story, a newcomer story, a Canada story of building Canada, building communities, being part of communities, right? And this is the story. And when we look here in this province, is it 50 years for the association?
It is
50 years.
Yeah.
Okay. How does that feel? Who wants to go? I'm looking.
I feel really great because we have built a very strong community here.
Yeah.
And we all, like the Cindy said, we feel, a home, and everybody work together as volunteers, and make us much stronger all the time. And also, we also build a very strong multicultural community also. And that's what this 50th anniversary is all about. It's a multicultural celebration. We have invited people from the Philippines, India to come and participate for 2 days. The first day is the gala, and the second day is the family. We invite all the families from different cultures to come and enjoy with us, having a fun day together, you know?
Oh, that's great.
And that's what Chinese New Year is all about. It's having fun, enjoy, and relax.
Shirley, what are your thoughts?
It's such a great year for us. I mean, it's
50
the best.
years.
Arthur and I have been doing this for a number of years, and we did the 40th together as well. But I mean, this one is our gala event, and we are going all out to make it the best. And being at the convention center, and the beautiful food, and the surroundings, and the dining room, and they've been great support for us and help. So we are really looking forward to that evening. And
It's next week, right?
off
Like
next
20th and
Saturday.
21st, I think. Yeah. Okay. At the convention center, and tickets sold out. How many people are we talking again for this?
410.
At 10. 400.
400.
We're supposed to 400, but so much support here, we get to expand, a little bit. Yeah.
So then what was the conversation when you have something like this? What's the conversation like for planning it? Because you want to go big. It's 50 years, but like what's the conversation like around it?
It's amazing because there's so many things to think about and to make sure that we get done, and we're delegating everything and out knocking on doors to get sponsors, and it's a lot of work to pull it off, and try to make it look like it wasn't that much work. Right?
It is a major undertaking.
Yeah.
And we started planning way back to almost last March.
Right.
I recall the first meeting that I called.
Yeah.
It was March, and I have this executive together, and then I form a big organizing committee, and I pick all the good people that I know I can rely on.
Yeah.
And it's all teamwork, I mean, it's not easy to form, to establish something like this. It's a lot of work from a lot of people to help, And that's how we work since last March until today. Everything's all well organized. We're all ready to go.
Yes.
So there's the celebration side, right? All this planning. But when you have something like the Chinese Association for Newfoundland and Labrador, there's that side of the role. What about the side for when it's students coming in and newcomers? Like, what do you folks do for helping people settle down? Like, do you get called? Like, if there's a new student, grad student, or undergrad coming in, do you get calls from folks? Like, what kind of things do you do?
So we kind of like Chinese Association of Newfoundland is like building connection with all the Chinese communities in Newfoundland. So whatever they have questions or like during the events, we have so many events during the year. So on the events, they can just share their thoughts and they can build some connection with each other. So we help out each other because in Newfoundland, it's kind of isolated from the mainland.
Yeah.
It's an island. And for us, the Chinese people, we travel overseas to here.
Yeah.
So we always want to get a bond with Chinese people. And for the Chinese Association of Newfoundland, that's why we provide this opportunity.
Right.
So we have so many events going on each year. Yeah. So they can get a chance to know different people.
Yeah.
Or someone will maybe find you a job or maybe just find you a new daycare. That's why I'm finding my daycare. Yeah, because I've been trying to find a daycare. I'm on the wait list for a long time. And I know someone, Haley. She's actually our executive, past executive. So that's why I get a spot in daycare. Yeah, so you never know what you're going to get during these Chinese celebration events. Yeah.
And May, what about yourself? For like, from when you arrive to meeting folks who just come here now, sometimes there can be culture shock, right? In a new place, figuring things out. Like, what was it like? For yourself and how you felt, but then kind of talking to newcomers now who arrive and are becoming part of the community.
Yeah, I feel like I have such great privilege to help a lot of newcomers, so many newcomers, not just from China, I tell you.
Yeah.
From India, from Vietnam, from Philippines, like everywhere, right? Even from Europe, I help them to find a home, settle down.
Yeah, because you're working in real estate.
Oh, exactly. So it's not just finding a home to buy the real estate, even the rental. I helped them to connect with the landlord to tell them to go through with the lease agreement, which they need to pay attention to. the clauses.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So, and also like I remembered I had a tax session seminar for all the newcomers and students as well to them to fully understand what is the tax in Canada works, because back in China we don't have these things. We don't have this.
Yeah.
We don't have to file tax every single year. No, it's
that
quite
sounds
new.
nice.
It's very. I can tell you, it's so complicated. Like for any newcomers,
Yeah,
to know.
to wrap your head around, you're like, wait, what? Because like also when you come here, you go. I mean, there's the 15% tax that you spend on stores plus tipping and everything else, and then all of a sudden, and you're like, and they're still going to take more taxes from me, and also there's like property taxes and like how many other taxes are there?
I know.
mean, taxes are important, folks. It's how we get our everything in society. But still, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was complicated for them. But after the seminar, for all the questions, like a Q&A.
Yeah.
So yeah, they fully better understand. They know they have the backup. They know where they can find all the answers from, right? From professional, like local Chinese community professionals. So, and another thing you were talking about is saying when they come, they feels like, what do you mention?
It's kind of like sometimes there could be a culture shock sometimes, kind of a thing. You're trying to settle in. It can be you're in a new being a newcomer and as someone who's moved to other places, sometimes it can feel isolating. There can be shock around it.
Yeah, and for the housing market and for the housing, like we don't pay the property tax in China.
Yeah, oh yeah, and property
there's no
tax too.
property
Yeah,
tax, and
yeah.
they don't know why should I pay the property tax here.
Yeah.
Right? You have to go through with them what kind of the fees you need to pay. Give
That's
them
a lot to learn.
A lot. So I had the first home buyer session with all the newcomers
nice.
and from China, from pretty much everywhere. The newcomers, it's typically newcomers, to help them better understanding how you go through with the mortgage and how you buy a property here and what is your criteria. I can narrow down and find a property for you. So it needs a lot more work than dealing with the local people, because for the newcomers, they has no knowledge about those things.
Yeah.
It's kind of another world for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. You probably will take maybe triple, even 5 times more time, energy to explain or work with them until they find a new place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember when we were living in Tokyo, my wife and I, and just trying to find an apartment and going through the different cultural aspect of what it takes to get a place in a new country, and it's stressful, and and the learning curve is quite extensive. Luckily, my wife's very smart. If not, I would have been homeless over there. So.
You have great backup.
Yeah, I would have just been lost. Food-wise, so we've talked about this. So looking at the Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year, we've talked about the importance of food. One of the things for Newfoundland and Labrador, I mean, like the food situation is changing. There's more available now for culturally appropriate food than ever before. So I'm just wondering your thoughts on what you've noticed now, because like even going into any of the grocery stores here, the box stores, anywhere, there's stuff now for Lunar New Year, for Chinese New Year. When I was growing up, there was not, right? Like you couldn't get it. And I remember even the first time I saw, like for example, on the Korean side of things, kimchi in the grocery store. I was like, yes, buy kimchi in St. John's. Here we go. We're moving along. What have you folks noticed around the evolution of what's available for food?
It's still a difference between North American Chinese food and real traditional Chinese food.
Yeah.
The restaurant that you can get here is mostly North American Chinese food. That's what the Newfoundlanders or Canadians like, Yeah,
like the chicken balls, rice type. Yeah,
that's correct.
with sweet and sour pork, sweet and sour chicken, that kind of thing. Yeah.
But if you really want to try the traditional one, there's still a couple of restaurants, like Magic Walk or Hong Kong restaurant. They still do the traditional Chinese food.
Yeah.
Or New Moon, they will do their food from China, the northern part of China. So you have to go to specialty restaurant, so it's different between, a North American Chinese restaurant or traditional Chinese restaurants, But depends on who you deal with. A lot of my friends, they love all kinds of food, including the traditional one. But certain people,
like
they only like chicken balls and rice.
Yeah. I like the full range because I like I was saying earlier, like I love the immigration story around the North American Chinese food and how that was created. And then, the more traditional side of it, is amazing as well. Shirley, what are your thoughts?
I've been selling the same food for 50 years.
50 years.
And I can tell you the Avalon Mall clientele, they want and chicken balls and rice and honey garlic ribs and beef and broccoli. And I haven't changed it. I mean, if I took those items off the menu,
there'd be a revolt.
they would. And the restaurant has been taken over by a family member now, right? And he's a chef as well, Josh. And I said to him, you don't need to change a thing. There's only this many items, 12, 14 items on that steam line, and they come up and fill up the plate. And I'll have an extra garlic rib. Why not, right? When I'm on the counter.
And the family takeover of Chinese restaurants too. Another part of a Canadian story, because you would get folks retiring after decades, and then a young family would move in, and kind of like a turnkey operation of going in, taking over the restaurant, and starting again for another generation, a newer one.
I know,
which has happened right across the country.
And it's amazing that after all those years, it's still the same and don't need to change one thing. So I said, just leave it the way it is. You can have the name.
Keep the recipes, keep everything, keep the name.
The same,
As long as you make money.
Yeah, exactly.
Money.
Well, you got to fill those red envelopes, right?
I know.
Those envelopes don't fill themselves. Right, Mavis. What about yourself? Like, I'm just looking for, ingredients that you want for cooking for Chinese food. Like, what's it like for you here?
So I find it like for all the international students, after they move here, they all learn how to cook. They have to because you can't buy any other things in a local restaurant or community. So we all learn how to cook. Like for me, I learned how to roast the duck. We never do that before. Like we like cook the duck from scratch.
Oh, that's
awesome. So you buy the duck and defrost it because we don't handle a fresh one. We cannot pick it from creativity. Yeah. So,
even though they're just right there looking at you, I know. I will go into the grocery store there in Kitividi and buy a frozen duck, even though we're walking by them.
Yeah. And then you learn how to like dry them and put all the sauce and roast
hang it up for 6 hours.
Yep.
So good.
Yeah, so we learn how to cook. So and I find it's more like in the market here in Dominion, especially now they have all the Chinese sections. So the Asian sections, they have all the sauce and all the ingredients. And we can buy it here. It's more convenient than before came here for 10 years already. So compared to 10 years before, we cannot buy anything.
Big change.
Big change, yeah. So you can buy it from the local Walmart or Dominion now.
Yeah. No, we've same thing for my wife and I. We've noticed. Same. Like
exactly the same
change.
thing.
Yeah.
I feel like the most significant change between, like, say, a decade back and forth, I find is we have a lot more variety food on the shelf right now from the supermarket for sure.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, just you look at. So what we would have the Chinese grocers, right, over the years, or the convenience stores. You look at something on Freshwater Road, like Just Goody Mart, that has doubled in size, right? Yeah. And so much more product is in there. Yeah. And then you've got other shops around St. John's, but like it just kind of shows that how things are growing,
exactly,
and what's available.
Just embracing the diversity of the community. Yeah. And you're familiar with kimchi, right?
Yeah,
you made of the Chinese cabbage, the cabbage.
Yeah.
I remember back 10 years ago. We are like craving up the Chinese cabbage. That's our main vegetable back in China. I used to remember I paid $20 for one cabbage. $20 for one cabbage. Not that huge. It's like smaller cabbage in from the service. And Mom told me that's the most expensive cabbage she ever had in her life. And right now you pay $3 or $4 for a cabbage. Like it's getting
the price point's way better on Napa cabbage.
Yeah, more affordable.
Way better. Yeah, because it used to be like, I guess I'll have to take out a bank loan to get some kimchi here. But now you can afford it. We have only a couple minutes left. Final, it flies by. Final thoughts on Lunar New Year, Chinese New Year, or the gala. Final thoughts.
We anticipate to be really a beautiful evening for the next Saturday for a gala, and we expect a lot of people coming for a family fun day too on Sunday. Yeah. From all the families and kids. We have what they call a kids sing along or kids talent show. We expect a lot of kids to participate too. And before I go, I just want to bring in some of our New Year's blessings for the Chinese New Year. And we wish all of you a prosperity and successful year. And hopefully happiness follow you year round whenever you go. And also wish everybody a good health and long life. And may also everything wishes that you have will come true. and wish you all a happy Chinese New Year. 恭喜發財，恭喜發財。
Arthur Leung, thank you so much for that. We're out of time, folks. Shirley, you have 10 seconds, last thought of the day.
Looking forward to it. Can't wait to have all my friends there. And gong hee fa choi.
All right. Thank you, folks. For those celebrating, recognizing, Happy Lunar New Year. Thanks for listening. We'll be back on today's Friday, right? We'll be back on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. The Olympic update is coming in a few seconds. So that's it for the show. Cheers.